I do that holding up to the light quite a bit to make sure everything is covered. So now what I'm going to do is, this is where my add a quarter ruler comes in. I'm going to flip it over, okay, because we're at 1 here, and now we're going to put 2 on. So we're going to work on this seam right here between 1 and 2. I'm going to flip it over, and this little add a quarter has a lip on here, so you can push it right up to here and cut it. Now I'll do. Now, if you don't have an add a quarter, if you're gonna do a lot of paper piecing, I highly recommend getting it. It is wonderful. Or I also like to say it's one of those really good Mother's Day gifts, Christmas gift, birthday gift. I oftentimes have a run of, oh, and by the way, let me digress. This white stuff here, it's just glue. I oftentimes wipe the glue off on my hand, like if it's runny or something, so it just washes off. So, but back to this, you know, for gifts, you know, or throw her in your Amazon cart and have a treat come sometime. So you can just use a ruler and have the 1/4 of an inch. See, right there. But this just really butts up there nicely and gets you a slick 1/4 of an inch right there. Now, to add on the second one, we're going to measure. This is we're going to go this again. This is a 4x8 ruler, which works well with this size. Now, how I measure this is, and I don't know if you can see this, but I'll put it over. Here's my seam allowance. I'm going to put my seam. I'm going to put my 1/4 of an inch seam allowance on top of that first, right there. Boom. Now, I want to see, I'm going to cut a strip that's going to cover this. Again, they may have had you cut a square or something, which is just fine. I happen to go bigger to make sure everything's covered, and I know I have more waste, but it's just how I like to do it. If you don't have enough fabric and to do it my way, and you need to do it a little bit smaller, or you can take their sizes and put it on here. But I'm going to measure. It needs to go out to here, which is 3 inches. So to a little bit more than 3 inches. Remember, this is extra. This last little bit out here is extra that I had for fluff. But I'm gonna cut this 1, 2, 3 1/4 inch, a 3 1/4 inch strip to cover this. And I'm gonna do this in black. So we'll take this. I'm gonna do 3 1/4 inch strip. 3 1/4. Again, if you go a little bit bigger, you know, if you have the fabric, that is not a problem at all. Just a little bit more waste. I am not, when it comes to paper piecing, I am not afraid to cut bigger. So here's my 3 1/4 inch strip, and I know that when I lay it down here, it's going to be plenty wide because it's going to be a triangle going smaller. So now I lay it on here, and kind of in the middle, and then when we sew it, flip it over. So we'll do that next step next.